24/7.
Are you ready to talk about sex?
No, let's talk about relationships.
Or is it time to talk about dating taboos?
It's on your mind.
So let's talk about it
On Nightlife 24/7.
Welcome back to our show, our Wednesday show. I'm Mac as always, and you see I always introduce my partner Nikki. But tonight's show is going to be a little bit different. Well, it's not going to be different. Nikki sent me two articles. One article stated, "Does a man want a woman who needs him versus wanting him?" That was the first article that she sent me. Okay. Hey, Fern, my girlfriend. All right. Then she sent me another article that was done in Canada, and the statistics and everything were done through a Canadian university, and the article was written through a Canadian magazine and blog. And it was talk about men and women over 65 dating and how women now are not looking to be tied down.
They want to live apart.
They want to live apart. What they call LAT, L-A-T, living apart together. Mm-hmm. In other words, they're not looking for the chores, the emotional tie downs of having to deal with taking care of someone, whereas men do. And I'm not going to lie, most men, as we get older, we do look for someone to take care of us.
But that's a running joke with women. Like, we joke about the fact that y'all, like, men in general, y'all ain't ready to settle down until y'all 60, 70 years old. Now you want to settle down. No, now you can't do shit. Why we want to settle down with you now?
Right.
Like, well, it's a running joke.
It's a running joke, but it's true because as men get older, they realize their group is not as big as they thought it was. But women have a large support group. They go to dinner with their girlfriends. They go to theater and museums and stuff, where guys, we tend to be a lot more loner, and we're looking for someone to take care of us. Now,
a lot of them are not loners. There's a lot of them hang out with their boys all the time, but they start getting older, and now you are a loner. Most.
And I didn't want anybody. Did I want to be? No, I said that very clearly. I stated from the get-go, I'm different.
You are a loner. We're talking about the guys that hang out with their boys and ignore their girlfriends, all that kind of stuff. Have great relationships. I'm sure you've had a male friend who had a great woman.
Yeah.
And spent no time with her.
Yeah.
Like, was always off doing something else stupid or whatever the case may be. Completely.
But those are guys in their 20s and 30s. But that's 20s and 30s.
20s and 30s?
That's 20s, 30s, and some up in their 40s. But that's not the... Okay.
Really?
All right. Let's get back to the first thing, which leads into the second thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The first thing is, do men want someone who needs them versus someone who wants them? I'm going to be straight up honest with you, because we had this discussion when I met you. I told you straight to your face, I don't need nothing you got. I don't need your money, none of that. I said it to your face. Mm-hmm. You told me, I don't need your damn money. Mm-hmm. I make my own money. Mm-hmm. I don't want someone who needs me, because then they're only there as long as the money is there, or whatever it is they need is there.
But it's not necessarily talking about
money. I'm not saying money, but it could be for medical. It could be just to make them give value to their life. They don't want me. They want whatever I can offer them to fill that void, whatever it is.
Right.
Okay,
well,
so...
not even that. Okay, so I always say men need to be needed. Women need to be wanted. Like, a woman does not want to feel like you need her.
Right.
Because then it's another kid. Like, we don't need me. Want me around, but don't need me around. That's a dependent. But men seem to want to be needed. They want someone who calls them and says, "Honey, my tire's flat. I need help."
But that's the way we're brought up. Even your mother, our mothers train us that way. It's not necessarily our fathers taught us that. Okay.
No,
Right.
it's like
But
you
it
need
would-
to save the damsel in distress.
Right. That's what we're taught, even from our mothers.
Okay, so you're saying the same thing. That whole wanting to be needed
Okay.
becomes more important.
My
than
grandmother
wanting to be
told me.
wanted.
My grandmother told me from day one. She said, "I'm going to teach you everything to take care of this house, so you don't need a woman. You don't need a woman. You know how to clean your house. You know how to cook. You know how to sew." And she did.
But it's not that
okay,
kind
hold,
of need.
hold on. I'm just using that as an example. Okay. Now, when I go to a woman and she said, "Hey, can you change the tire? Can you change my oil? Or could you take the car to go get fixed? Or something broke in the house, can you fix it?" Okay? Men feel that at that point, oh, I'm needed around here. Not that it's a point. It's a little bit of want too, but she needs me around the house to do things around the house and make me feel, and then make them feel like they're part of that relationship. Whether you accept it or not, it makes us feel like we bring value to the relationship.
Okay.
Okay? It doesn't have to be a logical point of view. It's how we feel. How many men have you seen, even in the movies, when they have the little black TV shows or the movies, and the guy actually leaves because he tells her, "You don't need me. You never needed me."
Right.
Okay? Because she never gave him value in the relationship.
Okay, so where does that leave a woman like me that can do plumbing, that can do electrical? It's
What
not
it-
going to call you and say, "Hey,
what,
honey, the light's flickering. I'm going to take that shit apart, do it myself, and keep moving."
It leaves
Where
you-
does that leave me?
That leaves you with a guy like me who don't give a fuck.
That's because you don't want to do it.
I don't want to do the shit in the first place. That's exactly what the fuck it leaves you. I didn't want to do it anyway. And then I told you from day one, I don't fuck with electrical. Did I not say that to you?
Or plumbing.
That's
Or-
right. You got to get that shit somewhere else because
But-
that's not me. I don't do that.
Okay. But, you don't do that. But
Right.
did I tell you how many arguments that has caused in other relationships?
Okay, but that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Like,
You
oh,
stepped
you didn't call me to help you? My dad
No.
got mad at me. Did he tell you about that? My dad got mad at me because I fixed the damn thing.
But then again, you are taking the place of him doing what shows you he has value to the relationship. You've already said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do me and I'm gonna do the man shit." And then what did I tell you? We had this conversation. We've had this conversation on multiple times. I'm not dating another man. I've said that to you multiple times. I'm not dating another man.
I'm
If
not
you want to be
paying-
the man, then you be the man. But I'm not dating another man.
I'm not paying $300 to get the fucking dryer fixed.
I understand that, and
So
I had
fixed
no
it
agenda.
myself.
I had no. Hey, my ex-girlfriend Jackie just did the same thing. She went to order the part. The motherfucking part was $300 and
You
something
have
dollars.
to need him, but let him help if he wants to. Some guys want to help. Not all guys, but some. He ain't gonna help.
That's lie. I will help. I help within the lane that I know I'm good in. That's all I'm helping.
You'll
in.
hand me the right tool.
That's right. I know my lane. I stay in my lane. I don't think anything's wrong with that. So technically, what you're saying is go in there and fix that shit, even though you don't know nothing about it. Fuck it up even
No,
worse.
don't do that because I don't want to buy a whole
All
new
right,
dryer
now
either.
I done fucked it up worse, and now you looking at me all stupid. But I told you from the get go, hey, that ain't my lane. I don't know that shit. I'm good.
It's
Now,
okay, baby. I got it.
But I tell you this,
I got
though.
us.
Okay, but
On that stuff, I got us.
but haven't I told you from day one? I got books on that shit. I got books on everything you need to fix in this fucking house. Washer, dryer, microwave, fucking all of it. I don't do it, but I got books on it. Now, if I can sit there and you want to let me read the shit and do it, I'm good.
But that sucks as a woman. I'll just say that it sucks because the only reason I learned to do that stuff is because I was a homeowner. So when you
Okay.
live in an apartment, you can call up maintenance, and this is what people don't. People always like the goal is to own your own home, be a homeowner. There's some shit.
No, it ain't.
There's some shit they don't tell you. There are benefits to somebody else taking care of the fucking lawn and landscaping.
You damn
there
right.
are benefits to when something break, you being able to call maintenance and say, "Come fix this shit. I'm on my way to work." There are benefits to that shit. When I got my own house and I actually had to like call and get shit fixed.
And then
And they
motherfuckers
quote
gave you
you what it
prices.
was? I do that. No, I got it. Never mind. Like,
I have never
Somebody
wanted
told
to
me-
own my own house. Everybody is so mad at me because I have been approved by banks. I got approved by the city program. I got approved by the VA. I ain't trying to own shit.
It's insane, the stuff they don't tell you. So as a single woman with kids on a budget, because hell, I needed a ceiling fan. My ceiling fan went out. I needed my
don't
ceiling.
have to need. Okay.
Yeah, my ceiling fan went out. They said $350 to put up a new ceiling fan.
That's a
I
lie.
bought the ceiling fan.
That's a lie. You can put up the ceiling fan. Now I'm gonna tell you.
I put that bitch up
right.
myself.
I'm gonna tell you now. That's something I can do. That's something I can because it's only a few wires.
Right.
It's only a few wires and it's a few screws. So that's bullshit.
It wasn't even a tall room like this one. It wasn't a room like this.
What is this? What is it normally? 5 screws, 6 screws? Because it's on the big round ones with the ball base. You know what I'm talking about? The round base.
Right, but see, the base was already there.
Okay.
They literally just the fan stopped working because it was an old house, and that was the fan that came with it. What? No, I got it.
Okay. See, but
it happened out of necessity. But then I realized it wasn't as hard. And I understand you're paying for the person's skill and going to school and all that kind of stuff.
Shit, yeah.
But shit, seriously.
Right. So yeah, but okay. Now I'm gonna piss some of y'all off, and I really don't care. I've always made that clear. I don't, because good, bad, or indifferent, at least you're in the topic, you're involved. The new generation of men don't give a fuck. They don't fix shit. They don't clean shit. They don't do shit. They sit behind a video game most of the day. Some of them sit behind a video game. The other ones just sit around hanging out and talking with their boys and smoking blunts. And then the women of today have stepped up into a whole new role. A whole new role. But then men got this. I'm going to say this. The new generation of men, to me, and this is just my opinion, don't make it right, don't make it wrong, have become straight up bitches.
Okay.
Have come up straight up like bitches. Oh my God.
So I had this thought.
Okay.
It's more than a couple of years back, maybe about 10 years back. And me and another young lady that I know were going somewhere, and I had a flat tire.
Uh-huh.
And we were in heels and skirts and like dolled up, and pulled into a gas station full of people, full of guys just hanging out. You know, not one of those young men offered to even help. I literally was changing a tire in a short ass mini skirt and heels, and I was trying to figure out whether they just like looking at the view of me changing the tire in a short ass skirt and heels, or then it dawned on me they didn't know how to change the motherfucking tire.
I'm gonna beat you one better. Fern says that's why I hesitate to buy a house that won't be my forever home. My current renters are awesome.
Right.
So yeah, and you're right. But I'm gonna step one further than what you said. How many men do you young men you see get out the fucking car when a woman goes to the gas station to pump gas? Half of them don't know how to pump gas, and the other ones just sit their ass there because they ain't even got that upbringing to know that they supposed to fucking get out and pump the gas for the woman.
But there's, and there's a downside to being single, to being a single parent, to being a single mom. Because there's some single dads out there too. So I got to give the single dads their props. But being a single mom, raising boys, at some point I started wondering, is this how we get, and I know that's a 1950s household thought that there are roles.
There still are. I'm sorry.
I
Even
know,
in the 20s,
but
there still are.
I started wondering whether them watching me fix these things and not asking for help from a man or not having a man come do it was maybe interfering with that gender role thing. No. Like, do they now assume that, well, it's a woman's job to do that too?
No, because I hate to pick on your boys because I started making Niklaus get out the car and pump the gas. Okay, so but I have to pick on your boys. It's not that. They have made it clear. There's no need for them to do it.
That's not true. Nathan will help.
Nathan
will do
Nathan.
it.
I'm not saying I did, but I didn't say Nathan.
But
I said Niklaus.
Niklaus again, and I told Nathan I had to apologize to my child because I was like, by me always saying, Nathan, can you do this for your brother? Nathan, will you do this for your brother? Or me doing it for his brother. His brother no longer thinks he has to do shit.
He don't even want to wash his own ass.
Holy hell! I got 6 years to fix this mess.
Yeah, so I mean,
but again, but Nathan felt bad for me having to do everything. That was his thing. He was like, "Mom, you don't have to do it all.
I felt the same way for my grandmother who raised me.
Cooking.
That's the same thing for my grandmother. But I wanted to. I wanted to, and she wanted me to, because she wouldn't want me to be dependent on anyone. So I get that. But
I don't know if I wanted him to. I wanted him
okay,
because I
Fern
felt like he
says-
was young.
Fern says basic life and survival skills are not taught like they should be.
Right.
Right. And she's 100% correct. Hell, most of the I'm not trying to pick on women. I've never understood in my heart why they stopped home ed in school.
Home ec.
Home ec. I never
Did
understood
they
that.
stop home ec?
Yes, more than 80% of schools don't do home ec anymore unless you're in the Southwest. Or I'm sorry, Midwest. I apologize.
When did they stop?
Midwest. A lot of them don't do it. They don't teach cooking. And
I mean,
all
I know. The middle school I was teaching at didn't, but I thought the county, because I was at a charter school. I thought that was based in the elementary school, so they didn't have the facilities. But I thought the county middle school still did at least 6 weeks of home ec.
No, when I went back home and I got to go see my high school and all that stuff, and talk to some of the teachers and guys, they don't do a lot of those classes. Just like they stopped teaching cursive.
Well, I remember them doing that, but I didn't know that all
It's
the
not.
schools I thought it was still in the
because you know why? I think
rotation.
someone said at one time they considered it gender bias, meaning a woman's job is not to stay in the house and cook and clean.
But all I went to school, high school. I graduated in the last of the 90s, but it was a gender segregated class. It was boys and girls in the class.
I understand your point. Maybe they still do it here, but mostly classes.
I know the middle schools were equipped to have it. They had their own kitchen. They taught you how to sew, or at least how to fix something. It wasn't like great sewing, but how to fix something.
I could do
how
a hem,
to wash
I
clothes,
could make a shirt,
how to fold clothes, how to cook simple stuff, and why you do certain things. But
no, because that's why a few years ago when I graduated college and I started my nonprofit, we were going to teach cooking classes to teenagers. We were offering free cooking classes to teenagers.
There was my cousin's wife posted the other day. She posted a picture of her daughter, who is 6, I believe, cooking dinner for them. But she wanted to cook dinner, and it was simple. It was like chicken nuggets, and something else, macaroni and cheese, maybe out of the box. It wasn't
right. But look at.
She was like, "What age?" I guess people were like kind of questioning what age you should teach a child, and I said, when the child asked, "Did they want to learn?"
Well, and look at it now. What do we got? Master Chef with the little kids,
right?
I mean, these are kids that are 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they're cooking damn restaurant style meals.
Tori, Sam, I'm gonna call out your kid. Look at Nevaeh over there cooking gourmet ass meals.
Yeah.
Can we borrow her?
What is she, 12 now?
Yeah, I gave her a set of kitchen knives and some stuff because she's so into cooking, and she cooks some bomb ass food, like gourmet style food. So,
Fern says they didn't have it when I went.
She said they didn't have it when I went to high school. I wish they did. So we didn't have it in high school. We had it in middle school. I don't remember it being in high school at all. But Fern, where did you go to high school? What state? I'm just curious.
Yeah, what state? And she said her 3-year-old, which is true because I was talking to Fern on the phone, and her son was saying he was going to make was it lasagna? I can't remember. He was fake. Cheesecake. He was making cheesecake. He was fake making cheesecake in the kitchen. It was
South Carolina and Texas. So I don't know. So South Carolina's here in the South. I
knew the only ones that were doing it were Midwest.
Well, I grew up here in Georgia, and we had home ec, but it was in middle school. It was a 6-week part of the 6-week rotation of exploratory classes.
Yeah.
So every 6 weeks you went to another exploratory. So you did home ec, you did chorus, you did music, you did PE, you did health.
Cheesecake. That's what it was.
So you had all these rotations of classes, and you did that for 3 years straight.
No, they didn't know. They stopped that.
High school, you got to choose.
Yeah, they stopped that. We didn't do rotations. You got to choose. They set you in, and then you did it for a year, and then you kept moving on. But yeah, I think that leads also. Now that's why I'm saying these two topics lead into each other. Okay, because now as the woman is realizing I can do a lot of shit on my own. Why do I need to move in and live with a man when I get older?
But I don't think that's it.
I think they correlate.
I think they're tired. So you got to think these are women. They're saying people over 65.
Right, but some
So
of the
they
women,
raised their families.
they had one woman that was 57, there was one that was 7, and then one that was in her 60s. And they all expressed they wanted the relationship, but they did not want the stress of emotional stress of having to take care of someone. They
Right.
did not want the chores that came with it. They did not want to feel like they had to explain to someone where they were going and what they were doing.
It's not
and
even-
I'm just saying
it's
what
not
the
even-
article said.
Yeah, I'm just
okay,
saying.
but these were 3 different women saying different things, and they were saying, I love the fact that I can get up and go. And one says, hey, I spend 3 nights at his house, and then I spend the rest. And she said, I have an office at his house. Okay, he gets half a closet at my apartment. I was like, damn, all he gets is a closet, and he gave you an office. But okay, it works for you. It works for you. And then others were saying in the article that they love the freedom to go and do the things that they like to do with their friends without having to worry about getting home at a certain time or coming home to take care of someone or being able to just let themselves go and knowing that, hey, I'm in a relationship, but I can still come home to my house.
Right, and I was going to say that's it. Like, okay, so at this point, your kids are grown and they should be out of your damn house. You probably have grandkids, but hopefully you aren't raising your grandkids. Right. Now, that's a whole nother issue in itself of grandparents raising grandkids.
Right.
But, okay, the kids are grown and out of the house. So, for once, probably since you were in your early, mid-20s,
right,
you have no one to take care of but you.
And that's exactly what they said.
Nobody to pick up after but you.
And
if
that's what the
I want to
article
wake
said.
up at 2 p.m. and read a fucking book and drink champagne and have an omelet, I can do that. And guess what? Nobody's going to say, hey, did you do the laundry? Hey, did you do this? I get it.
Did you do my tea today?
No. See what I'm talking about? See? No,
but,
I asked you for something, you didn't give it to me. And I looked over there and it's not over there. So it's not.
No, it should
It's not. Try again.
I put it right over there.
It's not.
Okay, I'll find it because it should be right there.
Because I did think about doing your tea, and then I went looking for it.
Okay,
I said, you know what, I'm not going to do this right now.
But you know what? A lot of women say the exact same thing you said. They love the freedom of doing what the fuck they want to do when they want to do it, how they want to do it without any other...
Because I can't tell you how many times I just want to sit down. I have a book in there that I have not finished, and I just want to finish this book, but I feel guilty anytime I pick the book up.
You should.
Because there's other shit that I need to be doing.
Yes, there is.
And people here to remind me that there's shit to be doing.
Is.
But if I live by myself, nobody could do that.
Listen, I get it. I get it. I lived by myself for years, and I was okay with it, and I'm still okay with it. You said something to me almost 3-4 weeks ago. Maybe we should live apart.
I did say that.
You know, and I thought
and
about it.
I was not joking.
I know you
I
weren't.
love you dearly, but
maybe we should. I've been thinking about it. I have seriously been thinking about it. But
and that doesn't mean us separating. Y'all, that does not mean us separating.
No, she's
that
still my woman.
We don't love each other or whatever.
She'll still come over and spend the night. I'll still come over and spend the night.
But y'all don't understand. We are on 2 completely different sleep schedules.
Yeah.
We have 2 completely different ideas of a way a house should go or ran or whatever.
Right.
And it was a suggestion. And it was a suggestion because I read an article years ago about this couple. They lived in New York, and you know how in New York they rent freeze your apartments?
Yeah.
And so both of them had really nice apartments that were rent frozen. And so if they were to combine their households,
they're going to lose.
They're going to spend like 3 times as much by this time. And they had a kid. The kid lived with the wife so many days out the week, spent the night with the husband, and they were married so many nights out the week. And he stayed, they come spend the night there. He'd come spend the night there. And like, they just made it work because it was more cost effective and they love still having their own space and their own setup. And the kid got, space in 2 places. I find living with someone to be completely frustrating, but to prefer living with my partner rather than living separately. So, and you have small kids too. Like,
yeah.
Our kids aren't small, so it's really...
Yeah, my kids
aren't even...
My kids,
it's really just...
Yes, you. My kids aren't around. So, for me...
If I still had small children, yeah.
See, and at this point, most of the time, her 16-year-old, he stays with an aunt.
Yeah,
he's
hiding
somewhere. And the 12-year just stays in his damn room in the closet most of the time. At least that's what I call it.
It's not in the closet.
He does, because all he does is video games. That's it, in the closet. So technically, we don't have kids. Even when I didn't have kids. Okay, I get that, Fern. You want to be with someone. And some people have that desire and urge to be with someone and feel that they want to. But I remember talking to Fern, and Fern
when
said,
I want to be with somebody.
Right, Fern said that. She says, I knew all the time I wanted to be with someone and have kids. So she knew that from
I
young.
never had that desire.
I never had that desire. I just never did. It happened.
I love my children, but it was not a desire.
Yeah, it was not.
I was not one of those women who thought I needed to have a child to feel fulfilled and be a woman. Nope.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I mean, I have seriously considered the thought, and I mean, we may end up living in separate households. I don't know.
I almost wonder, y'all, again, I do love him. Don't think I do not love him.
Oh, I love her too. I ain't like I'm going to cheat on her.
But
or
I
something.
almost wonder what we spend more quality time together if we did live apart.
Probably so.
Because we spend a lot of time, we'll sit in the same space, but we're not spending quality time together. We're both doing something completely different. And we spend a lot of time like going the opposite way of each other. Like
See?
You'll come to one room and I'll get up and leave because I know you're about to turn on, you know. So
Right.
we do that a lot. I don't know. I just wonder if our time would be more.
I don't know. I don't know either. I mean, I guess I don't know. Honestly, and I'm being honest with you, the only reason I haven't seriously, and you need to know, the only reason I haven't truly considered doing it is because we're making that move to Costa Rica.
This is true. That would be financially not in our best interest.
Right. So,
but even then, I mean,
we could have separate places in Costa Rica.
right?
Yeah,
I'm all for a tiny house village.
Right. I ain't gonna be mad. You got Jose Rico over
I
there.
have my bitch barn.
Yeah, you got Jose Rico over there, and I mean, I'm sitting up there, and you talking about, well, is Modella there tonight? And I'm like, no, you want to come over? Okay,
You know what?
yeah, yeah. And was that Dry Rica? Because they all their names seem
Cut
so.
it out.
I'm just
Cut it
saying, because
out.
we end up get a. You know, it may be cost efficient for us to get a nice big house and split it.
Oh, do the whole Diego and Frida
Right.
Kahlo thing,
Right, and just split it up, and we have our separate house, part of the house that we do our thing in.
Because what they did, she had like her house and he had his,
right,
and they had a bridge to connect with it.
Right, and then they had a common area right in the middle. So I mean, that's cool. So yeah, we may end up doing that, but
I get it. Like the older I get, the more that shit makes sense.
because you get, and I'm not gonna. And some of you who are listening to this, y'all are still 30s and 40s, and some of you 20s. But when you get older, you kind of get set in your ways, and you realize, I'm not willing to accept a lot of that shit. I'm just not going to put up with it. I'm not going to deal with it.
Right.
I live a certain way. This makes me happy. It makes me comfortable.
Like I have
Yeah.
a thing about making the bed, and I'm like, I'm almost 40 years old. I'll make my damn bed if I want to make my
And
bed.
see, for
and
me-
you think the bed should be made every single day.
Right. I like the bed
What if I
made.
want to come back and get in my bed?
And that's fine with me. I get back in my bed, but I make the bed
But I
back
already
up.
made
No,
See,
I
no.
make the bed up for the simple fact that I love the way when you pull the covers back from a made-up bed, they're cold and they're crisp. Even in the summer, they're still cold. And I love that feel of it. And it's just something about it. And it always, and plus, too, my grandmother put it in me that you should make up your bed. That was just part of growing up. She was like, make up the bed. Hey, sis, you're late, but I'm glad you're here, sis. She's late. But she got a lot going on. My sister got a lot going on. Love her to death. I just think that the gender roles are changing for male and females. I believe more and more women are comfortable. They are very comfortable in their skin living alone. Mm-hmm. And that's nothing wrong with that. More and more women are becoming so strongly independent and doing their own thing. Yet they still date one guy or they'll date multiple guys, and they're cool.
Right.
Okay? Whereas men are getting to this age, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm going to tell you point blank. Hey, bro, Nikki.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah, I personally believe in my heart, I would probably either be dead or in the hospital if it wasn't for Nikki. Yeah, she gets on my damn nerves sometimes. I want to choke her out while she's sleeping. But she feels the same way about me.
For instance, the Tim Burton and Helen Bonham Carter had next door mansions. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Oh, that's cool.
I love Helen Bonham Carter.
But if it wasn't for her taking care of me health-wise, because I don't do that shit as much as I used to. I was very health conscious and all that, but I don't do it as much. So, yeah, a lot of us older men are looking for those women who can sustain us, take care of us. I don't really...
See, David, I'm not trying to kill him. I'm keeping him alive.
Yeah, she actually keeps me alive because I probably would have been dead already, seriously, on the note. Not that my family would be happy about it. But if I have a mysterious death, my family knows where to look.
You know what?
I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, it's funny to me how now it used to be a time where women looked to be, I want to be married, I want to have a family, blah, blah, blah. And the roles have reversed in the point that now men are saying the same thing. But now we're talking this, and don't get this wrong, I'm not saying these are men that are 20 years and 30 years. We're talking about an article that we read where men are over 65 and women are over 65. Well, one woman was 57. And they were saying, hey, we love our freedom. We love the fact that we have a bigger support group than most men.
And see, I think that's the thing. It's like...
Because you do have a lot of friends. You have a lot of friends versus I have... What friends I can count on one hand?
I don't have a lot of friends. I have really good friends.
Right, and but I can count mine. What 2, 3, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's me because I don't put trust in it like that. Once we develop that friendship, we're friends for life, and there's nothing I want to do for you. Whereas your friendship is the same way, but it's wider. It's a wider spread.
I won't say it's a wider spread. It's a more varied group of people.
Well, yeah, but
like they would all get along, but you would never think to put them all in the same room,
right? And see where and look at it. Look at this. The people I call friends are basically the same.
No, they won't keep them alive themselves.
Right, but look at it. Like my friend Dave, he doesn't socialize like that with a lot of. See what I'm saying?
Right.
We click with each other in certain ways, and then that's it. We're done. We got that 1 or 2 friends that we can depend on for anything, and we're good.
Right.
Whereas your group of friends is a wide variety of different people.
Right. It's a village.
Right.
Yeah, it's a village.
And we're cool. We're cool like that. But
I don't know. I mean, hell, even in my first marriage, we had separate bedrooms.
You know, that wouldn't have been a bad thing
We had separate bedrooms because it was just, leave me alone. I'm sleeping. I'll come to your bedroom when I want to. And it wasn't that I didn't care about it. I just really like having my own bed.
I'm telling you right now.
And we had a different idea of what was comfortable, what type of bed was
comfortable. Yeah, because her bed is horrible.
Well, this bed is horrible. I want to say that.
This damn bed is killing me.
But your bed was uncomfortable to me.
Yeah, my bed was uncomfortable. My bed was really firm.
Yeah,
you didn't like firm, but my bed was really firm. But it supported my back and made me feel good. But if we had a third bedroom up here, we would probably be sleeping in separate rooms.
We would.
Yeah, we would sleep in separate rooms. And I promise you, it would probably make our relationship so much more better.
Probably.
Yeah. Because then I
wouldn't. You can blast the heat all you want to, and I can turn the fan on all I want to.
I don't blast the heat. I turn the fan on with the heat so it circulates it and moves through. Nikki will turn the heat on, get up under the blanket and the sheet and says, it's too hot. But then she pulls it up over her head and says, I'm hot. But she don't...
Because I don't want the heat on. I want the fan on, and you won't let me turn on the overhead fan.
She's going through that womanly time.
She said, Thomas and I have separate sleeping spaces.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I said... Because remember, I said something to you about that when I was talking to her. Yeah. And I said, they sleep in separate spaces, and they're happy.
I'm not objecting to this. I suggested separate spaces, not just separate bedrooms. So
this is my thing. Nikki can fit on our couches because they're love seat couches. Okay, I didn't buy regular size couches. I didn't want regular size couches because I don't have a lot of people in my houses like that. So I brought 2. When I brought my furniture, brand new furniture, I brought 2 love seats, matching love seats.
And the other sofa has a thing in the middle.
Right, and so Nikki can curl up in that bitch and sleep like a cat. It doesn't bother her one bit. I can barely get my ass from my ass to my head on it. And that's okay because it wasn't for me. It was for guests. Okay. But Nikki was sleeping that damn thing as comfortably as hell. All right. So, and the area, the family room where it's at, the heat.
It's cooler.
Oh my God. It's colder.
It's not part of the central
heating
and air system.
Right. So it's comfortable for her. The only problem is I feel bad and sometimes I get angry that she's sleeping in there because I feel like it's not right. But then she'll be like, why don't you just leave me alone to sleep in here? I was like, because you, first of all, we're a couple and your ass supposed to be in the bed. But then she was like, well, I was just sleeping in there. Why don't you just leave me alone? And I was okay. And I was like, Nikki, get your ass up and go to bed.
But then we argue for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, because now I done woke her up to get up to go into bed. And then when she said, well, I don't want the air on. Well, I don't want the heat on.
Now I can't
Right,
breathe.
right. And then so we're going back and forth. And I'm like, it's so damn cold. It gets so cold in our room that my teeth are chattering. And I am gritting my teeth.
So get
That's how bad it is. I'm under the cover and I'm cold, freezing. Okay? My sister said, turn on the fan, laughing her ass off.
This is one of those, there's two types of people in the world.
Right.
One of them wants the heat on, the other one wants the fan on and the AC blasting, and they are always in a relationship together.
I've come to realize something after seeing a show that I used to love to watch, and I saw the movie. It was The Odd Couple, and him and the odd couple, the dirty guy, his son was marrying the daughter of the guy who was a neat freak. And it was a movie. And I saw that and I said, oh shit, me and Nikki are the fucking odd couple.
I'm telling you.
The black odd
there's two types of people and they are always in a relationship together.
Fern says, I used to feel that way with Thomas because I felt like I was kicking him out. Now it's no problem. He's sleeping. Deepest sleep keeps us from killing each other. Okay. Yeah. I don't sleep. Between the duet between the dog and Nikki, yeah, that ain't happening. They be singing like they're up in damn church singing a choir song, but it is what it is. I love Nikki.
You talk in your sleep, so hey.
I do talk in my sleep sometimes. When I'm really tired and stressed out, I know for a fact I talk in my sleep.
Leave me alone.
I do. It's not a regular thing like yours every night.
Leave me on the couch.
But,
come to bed when I want to.
Yeah, but yeah, I do. And I know I'm talking in my sleep because I remember some of the conversation or the fact that I was talking because it woke me up. So, yeah, it's not such a bad thing. All I'm trying to say is this. I know for a fact that as we get older, he turned it on to the microwave. Okay. As we get older, we do become comfortable within ourselves and our space. And sometimes it's not necessary to have someone in that space with you. I love you. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to cheat on you. You hate the fact that anything or anytime I meet someone, I tell you. Mm-hmm. I tell her because to me, she's my woman. And we agreed from day one, no lies, no cheating. Okay? I tell her. She doesn't want to necessarily know. She's like, if you're going to do it, just do it. Just be safe and don't bring no shit home.
No, it's not that I don't want to know. I want to know if things are serious. Other than that, I don't need to know. I don't have enough spoons for the different... Think about how many people... I can't remember people and keep people straight from one person to the next. I don't need extra.
Well, that's true. We've had a lot of flake-ass people come in our lives.
Yeah.
Who wanted to be part of our relationship.
Again,
and
so mine has
as
always been,
hell.
if it's something serious, let me know. Otherwise,
okay.
Do you.
Well, I should let you know it's starting to get serious with Fern.
Okay, good for y'all.
Okay. See, there you go, Fern. But
I know Fern. I like Fern.
I like Fern, too. I will.
She's not going to be like, when you say her name, I'm like, who the fuck is that? I can't tell you how many times that's my answer to him. Who the fuck is that?
Yeah. I like Thomas. Thomas makes me laugh, and I like the fact that I can talk about business stuff with Thomas. But this is the thing that I've come to realize. Maybe some people are better living apart. And I'm not just saying as they get older, because remember we talked when I first met you about this couple that lived completely in different countries because he traveled and worked, and it worked for them. He would come home certain times of the year and month, but it worked for them. They had their own space, they had their own lives, but they were still married and they were happy.
I think there are certain types of people who are, so like I'm a people person, but I'm a people person in doses.
Right.
So
yeah, I
you
know
me.
Yeah.
I love people.
I
love hanging out with people.
A lot.
And all that. But when I'm done, I'm done. Let's go.
I'm
ready to go.
I
want to go back to my space now, and I don't want them in my space.
I don't like people.
You like people more than you say you do. You do like people.
I like associating with people.
Right.
I like
See, I don't
associate.
mind being in gathering and crowds.
I
and that
associate
kind of
with
thing.
him, and then I'm okay if I never see him again.
See, now that bothers me, but I want people in small doses. I
See,
need,
but
like,
you
micro-doses.
said that because you forced me to go do something. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Because I know you'll like it when you get there.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm good. I was like,
But then
no.
when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. Like, I've had enough. It's like I need a dose of people, and now I've had my dose of people. So can we go home now to my space where there are no people?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this: I prefer that a woman wants me. I don't want a woman to need me. I just don't. I'm sorry. I know that may be wrong in so many people's eyes. I don't want you to need me. I want you to want me. I know what I bring to a relationship. I know what I can offer to that person.
But that makes you rare.
Right. And I mean, me and Nikki are so different in so many ways, but so much alike in others. And it's kind of weird and scary at the same time because the shit that I like about her can irritate the fuck out of me. It really can irritate the hell out of me. And I just want to someday just take her shit in her phone and just bust that bitch up and walk away from her. All right? And the same shit about her. She said that the shit that I like about you is the same shit that drives me crazy about you.
But I think that's the norm.
Right? So I want to be with Nikki. Because if I didn't, she knows me. I would just fucking leave. I'm out. I'll holler at you later. This ain't working for me. I'm gone. You can keep
Make
all
sure
this
you
shit.
tell everybody that you left and I didn't kill you and bury you in the backyard.
No, because your family already said if we break up, it's your fault. Your whole family said that if y'all break up, it's Nikki's fault. So it's all good. Friends said Thomas said the same thing. All right. So for me, it's a want, not a need, because then how can I say this? And I'm hoping to say I say this the right way. I don't want to feel like I'm obligated to you in some way or something because you need something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? And feeling guilty once I left a relationship because now you don't have that. Okay, right. So I want you to want me. I want you to want me for the simple fact that we're both hustlers, and when we get it big, you were with me when we were struggling. Mm-hmm. You ain't come in at the end and say, "Oh yeah, he got all the shit I want and need. I'm set now." So, yeah. And in regards to the article that you sent me about women want to live apart together, I think that's just normal now. I really think that's just normal.
It's becoming normal. And it's also becoming accepted.
Yeah, it's becoming
because
accepted.
Because it wasn't accepted.
Well, no, it never was.
Like, if you were a woman and you wanted to live by yourself, what the fuck was wrong with you?
Right. Well, you don't like people. You got issues. You don't want...
No pun intended. You were clearly the witch in the woods.
Right. Right.
You were not living by yourself away from not wanting a man or kids around.
And I'm going to say this. I honestly think that if we could afford it, which we could, but it would strain us.
It would set our goals back from leaving the country.
Oh my God!
That would make me extra not happy. So
it wouldn't make me happy either. I'm gonna be straight up honest. It wouldn't make me happy.
We have a goal here.
We have a goal of leaving and living outside the country. But yeah, that would. I probably think that would frustrate me even more.
Yeah, then I'd be even more upset because no.
So, I mean,
once we're outside of the country,
we can
revisit this.
Yeah, y'all gonna probably be like, well, how the fuck they got two houses? Who house we going to when we fly in?
It's all on the same land.
It's all on the same land.
Walk back and forth.
Well, we may just connect them. There may just be there may be a hallway that connects the two houses. I'm just saying, you never know. It is what it is.
But a whole plan for this house.
Oh my God, you too? I do too, man. I really do.
Well, you get to plan your side,
right? And I get to plan my side.
See, we have different ideas of what houses should look like,
right?
Too.
Yeah. So, man,
that would work.
That would work. I'm serious. It would really, really work. And
we might have just figured something out.
We did. I know we did.
Relationship counseling ourselves. Look at that.
See. I'm only gonna have one guest bedroom in my house. I already know that. Just one guest bedroom.
But
and then one office,
kids,
huh?
And a grandkid.
Well, one grandkid and my mom stay in the same room. Could stay in the same room. It could have double beds in it. Come on now, Like, why would Ashley and her daughter wouldn't stay in the same room?
You think she's gonna be 3 forever?
No, but just saying, it is what it is.
Because there are going to be husbands and wives eventually, and more kids.
Then I'll expand on the house. I'm just saying to start out with.
Whatever.
That's it.
Anyway.
So This is what I'm going to say here, guys. We're at our mark now. We've been talking for almost 45 minutes, which is our normal. I want you to think about this. How you live and want to live is up to you. We're just, like I said, we're always just giving you our opinions. And if you decide you find someone who makes you happy, but you know you're happier living in separate spaces because you like your house a certain way and they like their house a certain way. And I'm not talking about just heterosexual relationships. I'm talking about same-sex relationships,
It's
whatever.
A perfect poly
right.
Solution.
Right, it really is. So if it works for you, then go with it. You don't have to be the norm. Nothing is a norm anymore.
No one has to approve of your relationship, but the people that are in your relationship.
And that's it.
And so if it makes sense to you and it works for you, do it.
Hell, I mean, I've known couples who did live in the same bedroom, but had separate beds in the same room. So I get it. She's having a bad dream. We're talking about our dog. She whines and yelps
currently in the kennel because she was eating plastic again.
Again, eating plastic. She has no survivor skills of, hey, don't eat that, you will die. None. But she whines and yelps in her sleep other than snoring. So we have to deal with that something. But, I'm going to say this. However you decide to live your life that makes you happy with your partner is up to you. No one else gets to decide that but you. And I want to stay with my partner, but I think in the future we may end up being in separate houses or separate bedrooms because it's going to make us happier. So, and as long as we're happy, we're productive. Right. We do really well when we're happy. When we're on the same level, the same thinking line, we are so damn productive. Shit just pops out of our head and we're like, okay, let's go with it. Let's do it. We make our money and we go about our business. So find that thing that works for you and your family and your partner. Okay? Or partners. We want to say thank you for listening to the show. We know you guys got to get ready to feed the kids, put them to bed, schoolwork, make dinner, whatever. Hell, or just sit back and have a glass of wine by your damn self in your own house. So, with that being said, I want to say thank you and I want to say goodbye. Remember to be safe, be smart, and have fun. All right? The other thing I want you to remember, guys, we're put on this earth to help someone, and if you can't help them, please don't do anything to harm them. And with that being said, we've already said good night to you. We look forward to seeing you next week, and we're out. We at Nightlife 24/7 appreciate you, our listener, who has an open mind and heart and are able to listen, learn, and discuss those issues that affect you and your partner. By discussing these issues, we hope to keep the lines of communication open to help inform you, our listener, and our community. It's on your mind, so let's talk about it on Nightlife 24/7.